Welcome back to Twixmas Pilates. Day 4 today, and I thought that perhaps we could start by lying down on the mat and just tuning back in to our breathing and our relaxation techniques. So stretch your mat out, find a quiet space, close the door and come and join me. So lying on your mat nice and comfortably. Here I'm going to plant my feet flat on the ground, and then I'm just going to knock my knees together so that my lower back can just relax into the mat. I'm going to make sure that both shoulder blades are equal on the mat, and then I'm going to leave my hands just down here on my stomach. And before we begin any breathing technique, let's just ground ourselves into the mat. And by that I mean just still ourselves. Stay here. Just breathe for a moment. And the more that you settle into your mat, the more you'll notice which areas you're still lifting off the mat. These are the areas where you're holding tension. For me, it's always in my feet, so I'm giving my toes a little wiggle, just to remind them to loosen off and rest. Up here in my shoulders, I can feel they're rounded because the corners where they meet my arms are lifting off the mat. So I'm just going to give them a little encouragement to fold down. And then I might just move my hips from side to side and just remind my hips to relax as well. There, that feels better already. Keep one hand on your belly. Bring one hand to your heart centre, but don't hold your arms up here, just let them flop down. Close your eyes if it helps you to focus. And here I want you to start taking deeper breaths just into your chest. And as you breathe in, you notice your ribs expanding sideways. You can feel the air rushing in just underneath the palm of your hand. And on the release, you can feel everything sinking and settling back together. And as you focus on the out breath and the in breath, you notice it starts to regulate. So your in breaths become slower and smoother, and your out breaths become longer and more relaxed. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Keep it going. And perhaps on your out breath, you open the jaw. You open your mouth. And breathe out with an audible sigh. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. 2 more. In through the nose, Breathing in, sigh it out. Bring your hands down by your side. Take your legs long down the mat. And here, if you can feel that your back is holding tension in your archway, just widen your legs a little bit and allow your back to sink into the mat. We're going to start with some swimming arms. So I'm shuffling down a little bit, make some room. Our arms come up straight and parallel over our heads. Reach down and the backs of our hands touch the floor behind us. And then we sweep all the way round and out to the side and back to the centre. Here we go. Are you ready? Up, out, up, and out. And you can see that I'm hovering my hands off the mat. But if this is nicer done, brushing your arms across the floor, then please do. Nice slow action, fingers glued together, strong and straight at the wrists. One more here, up and round, and then you would just change direction, coming out to the side, thumbs touch, down through the centre, out to the side, down the centre. 3 more. Nice big arm circles. One last one here. Arms come down by your sides, and then we do opposite arms. Long and straight, up and down. And you can feel a lovely rotation happening here in your shoulders. A nice movement. Sometimes just loosening up here helps to relieve any shoulder and neck tension. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Okay, plant your feet on the floor and then bring the heels as close to your seat as you can. And bring your hands down by your hips. See if you can just brush your heels. Then your palms are planted either side of your hips for a bit of stability. Here, my heels pulled into my seat makes my legs feel like a coiled spring ready to move. My knees are slightly apart. My feet are flat. We're going to take a breath in here. And then you're just going to rock in your pelvis just slightly up and down. And you'll notice that the arch in your back becomes accentuated and flattened as you tip your pelvis one way and then the other way. So now that you've understood how the pelvic tilt can make a difference to the support that the ground below can give you to your lower back, I want you to find the tilt that pushes the lower back into the mat and hold it there. I want you to draw your belly button down to your spine and hold it there. I want you to tense all your pelvic floor muscles, tie them in a knot in the middle and hold them tight. This is a full internal sit-up going on here. It's great for your core muscles. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Lift your hips off the mat. Push your knees away. Hips come higher. When you have a lovely straight line from your knees to your hips to your shoulders, stay here. Keep your neck nice and loose, neutral. Keep drawing your knees together, stop them splaying apart. Hold it here. Breathe. Stay here, stay high. And on the next exhale, you can lower all the way down, rounding through the spine and pushing that lower back into the mat almost immediately. Same again. This time, once we're up and stable, we're going to come up onto the tiptoes if it's comfortable. Take a breath in. Draw the belly button down. Push that lower back into the mat. Tie up your pelvic floor muscles, hold them tight. Take another breath in. Lift the hips. Push them high. Draw the knees together. Hold it here, nice and strong and stable, high in your shoulders. When you're ready, lift your tiptoes, lower. Lift, lower. Your hips should stay where they are. Lift, lower. 3, 2, 1, and feet flat. Lower all the way down. And then bring your knees into your chest. Well done. Okay, let's move on to a little rock and roll. Hands underneath the knees, and we're going to rock up and back down. Up and down, and one more here. And then just find a tipping point. The tipping point is when you're perfectly balanced, nice and still. So we're going to do 3 roll downs and back up again to tipping point, where our feet won't touch the mat. Here we go, she says. Let's try. 1, woo, no, I went too far. Let's try again. 1, did you manage 2 already? 2, I've got it now. And 3. Well done if you managed one more than me, goodness. Here I want you to straighten your back, and the way that you do that is you draw your chest forward. Release your hands if you have your balance. Maybe you can extend one leg. Woohoo. Try the other. Nice. Both together. Maybe your hands can come up as well. Hold it here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down with balance. Well done. So the same again, but this time once we're up, we're going to do 8 Russian twists. Ooh. So let's find our balance point. Arms away. Lift your legs if you can, don't worry if you can't. Hands together and twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, keep your knees together, 6, 7, 8, and come down. Really nice, well done. Okay, hold one leg in, lower all the way down to the mat. The other leg comes long and just lifted off the mat. So we're going to lift our head and shoulders, tuck our chin in towards that knee, and then stay here while we swap. Swap. 4, stay nice and high. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bring both knees in, stay up, hands behind the head. We'll change to crisscross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring your knees in, lower down. Oh. Little ankle circles one way and the other way. Little knee circles one way and the other way. And then hands out to the side and little hip rocks from side to side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your feet down. Turn your palms to the ceiling, little bend at the elbows. Send your soles of your feet together and your knees out wide. And we're going to rest here for 5 breaths. Returning to the breath that we used at the beginning. Slow, deep inhales. Big sighs on the exhales. 2 more. Last one. Joy with easing. Rest here if you need to, with your feet wide and your knees knocked together. Or just return to your day. See you tomorrow.